NLE Chopper, listen to me. You can't go walk the runway with that little walk. You remember that walk you had? I think I'm a bad. You can't come back to that walk. I think I'm a bad.
You're saying Courtroom is evil and he's a bad influence. So you want to go and put that man on his knees and
I ain't even say this perm having name. You just want to bring it top up. Say, bro, man, you be relevant, and I said what I said, bro. You need a like me to keep you going.
After years of showing nothing but respect to NBA YoungBoy, NLE Choppa just switched up fast and came swinging in his new track KO, and the whole culture felt that punch instantly. He didn't toss light shots. He came with bars so sharp that even YoungBoy's own mom had to hop online and speak up later on. In the song, Choppa rapped, "You're so bad for the youth, nothing positive you do. You the reason guys are going after their girls, thinking that it's cute." That bar hit the internet like a lightning strike. People were shocked he said it straight with no hesitation, and the reaction got wild. Even NBA YoungBoy looked caught off guard. Like, there's no way he thought someone who used to ride for him would pull up on him this direct.
B-babies ain't money getting. They'll hurt you, kill you, and eat out your icebox as they break in your house. I'm not battling with childhood like a YB fan. Them kids need to be put in mental institutions. This man, YB, sound like he angry. He want to out his mama. He want to beat his daddy. He want to his uncle. I don't want to hear that kind of shit. I'm not in pain. I'm a money get. YB babies ain't money getting. I don't feel that. That's not soul music. I'm a soulful brother. I'm not in pain. Them kids need to be put in mental institutions. You see they had that on medication?
Then Charleston White jumped in loud, backing NLE Choppa and saying YoungBoy's music was really hurting the people listening to it. That set the internet on fire even more. Academics couldn't believe Choppa would choose YoungBoy of all people to go after, and he was on live trying to figure out what made Choppa take things this far.
People would call it, you have your third eye open. Some people would call it, yo, a dumb trying to act smart. Some people would call it fake woke. Some people would call it someone trying to seem deeper than most. Pause. It's kind of like how people, it evokes some of the similar thoughts like how we had about XXXTentacion, where people felt like, you know, he understood life a little bit on a different level. And I think that's what NLE Choppa is aiming for.
Once the song started blowing up everywhere, reactions started storming in from every direction. But the next morning is where things got intense. YoungBoy's own mother jumped in. She hit the internet going straight at NLE Choppa, like she wasn't letting anybody try her son without responding. Suddenly, it felt way deeper than rap lyrics. It turned into real family energy.
today I'm gonna talk about being jealous and being envious. So you want to make a video dancing around like a ballerina, and then you got a man on his knee, and you're saying Courtroom is evil and he's a bad influence. So you want to go and put that man on his knees and on a video, right? Okay, fine. I bet they have another video with that same on his knees. Because who gonna even play that stupid ass role? If you know better, you do better. Your head look like a without a rubber on top of it. But yet, you want to sit here and try to talk about somebody. You better be lucky. I can't say what I want to say on Instagram.
People online started pointing out how Choppa had been quiet for almost a year, so nobody expected him to return with a diss this loud. The entire internet was asking, did he really just do that? It was unbelievable. YoungBoy's mom came in blazing, saying NLE was just jealous of her son's success, and honestly, that's not a wild argument. YoungBoy has been having a major moment. He's finally back on tour for the first time in 5 years, and fans are paying serious money just to see him live. The demand was so intense, they reportedly added 25 more shows just to keep up. The support is real. Things got so big that even law enforcement was allegedly uneasy, with reports claiming Louisiana officials
They are very concerned about the NBA YoungBoy concert. So concerned that even before the concert went forward this weekend, they notified Louisiana Stadium Exposition District, also known as, that manages the Superdome and Smoothie King Center. In particular, notified ASM Global that, yo, this is like a really dangerous thing that could have very unforeseen consequences. Now, the response from ASM Global was, we'll hire some security inside, it'll be fine. NOPD's response was, you don't get what we're saying. There is such a propensity around these concerts that is so not an if but a when, that we are concerned we'll have to activate the department to be around the downtown area to protect citizens and revelers.
Were stressed about his New Orleans concert and wanted the show wrapped quickly. That's the type of pressure that only comes when somebody's doing major numbers. But to really understand YoungBoy's response to NLE Choppa, you gotta know where they came from. Back in 2019, Choppa was easily one of YoungBoy's most loyal supporters. No debate. When YoungBoy got arrested that year, Choppa was so affected he dropped a whole track titled Free YoungBoy, hoping it would help bring attention to his situation. That wasn't casual love. That was loyalty on wax, but everything changed when King Von passed away. After that tragedy, YoungBoy released his 2022 hit Bring the Hook, where he took aim at O Block and King Von's name, and the reaction was immediate. The whole rap world paused to process how bold that move was, and conversations got serious fast. This wasn't just music anymore. This was history unfolding right in front of everyone. Even academics couldn't brush it off. He said NBA YoungBoy was on demon time.
He's not able to defend his name, bro, and it be a lot going on within his name about him. When, to me, bro, he a real stand-up dude, and it was just unfortunate how it happened. Like, he came to a person as a man.
And getting ready to drop another tape, and the internet went wild instantly. The energy shifted quick, and nobody knew how far this was about to go. Then an O-Block rapper, Lil Reese, spoke up and said that wasn't demon time at all. Like, he just rapping like the rest of these rappers all rap. NLE Choppa didn't waste a second. He stood behind Reese and said, I stamped that. That stunned a lot of people because everyone remembered how big of a supporter he used to be for YoungBoy. YoungBoy wasn't happy watching Choppa pick a side that wasn't his, especially publicly. So he clapped back on his track, Know Like I Know, and his lyrics came with serious heat. He rapped, I bet your mama be destroyed when we send you to God for making statements. Choosing sides about my beef with them boys, I guess you could say I was your favorite. People were speechless because it sounded like YoungBoy took that situation personal. After all that, NLE Choppa started moving different. He went back and quietly switched the title of his old tribute record Free YoungBoy to just YoungBoy, which sent a loud message. He wasn't standing behind him anymore. That shocked the whole rap scene because that track was once proof of how much respect he had for YoungBoy. Choppa didn't hide either. He stepped right into DJ Academic's studio to talk about everything directly. He didn't dodge. He didn't sugarcoat.
Man, YoungBoy, king of rap. We just gotta claim it today. King of rap. King of rap. That's a new narrative I'm driving. These gonna have to bow to the feet. I like it. We're not talking about Kendrick and Drake. They're on a different level. But below Kendrick and Drake, I'm sorry. With all due respect to every other rapper, YoungBoy is the king of rap right now. I'm sorry to tell y'all. The walk down I seen in Atlanta tonight. Give him the throne. Just give him the throne. YoungBoy the king of rap. I'm sorry to tell y'all. Hey, listen, I'm not saying gonna last forever. But for right now, in the last 4 or 5 months, YoungBoy the king of rap.
He stood on what he said and kept it going. Then he went to DJ Vlad to give even more detail about how he felt and why he made the choice to distance himself from YoungBoy. He finished his media run on The Breakfast Club, where he said YoungBoy needed to act smarter and avoid legal issues. He even said NBA YoungBoy needs to be more careful.
YoungBoy. What's his click? Why would I tell you? What's his click though? What's the 4K track? Damn. Oh. 4K track for life. I'm OT up. I am OT up for life. I'm from Chicago. Who? Boy.
That line showed just how serious this split had gotten. It wasn't just about tracks anymore. It was about real life choices and who publicly stood with who. Choppa mentioned that YoungBoy has a huge crowd of young fans who actually look up to him, so he felt YoungBoy should be setting a cleaner example.
Let me know who beating me, bro. Respectfully, the only that's really respectfully, the only that's really ahead in that space is YoungBoy.
Keeping things calm and focusing on music, but here's where it gets wild. That's exactly the direction YoungBoy had already been taking since he got out of jail, and Choppa still didn't approve. YoungBoy has been making moves so big that news said more than 400 NOPD officers would be working each night during his New Orleans shows. They even brought in extra protection like drones and armored vehicles nearby. That's the type of attention only major names get. And all this came right after YoungBoy pulled a move on stage that seemed to send NLE Choppa over the edge. A viral tweet claimed NBA YoungBoy had performed one of the biggest diss records ever, I Hate YoungBoy, for the first time in front of a sold-out Atlanta crowd. People were stunned because he chose to perform that track, the same one connected to King Von's passing.
I didn't even say this perm having name. You just want to bring it top up. Say, bro, man, you be relevant, and I said what I said, bro. You need a like me to keep you going. Your views go up now, clown. I'm willing to help y'all about it, man. But I hate NBA so much, man. Go get him some views, man. Help this some views, man.
In the exact city where Von lost his life, the moment had the whole crowd buzzing and the internet lit up, instantly debating whether that was bold or way too far. One fan shared clips online showing how wild the energy was during that performance, and it looked like the whole building went silent for a moment, just trying to process what YoungBoy had done on that stage. It was intense, but when NLE Choppa came for YoungBoy again, YoungBoy supporters moved fast. They started pulling up old receipts. They found a video from just last year where NLE was saying that YoungBoy was the only person doing better than him, and the clip went everywhere overnight. The internet wasted no time reminding NLE how he used to praise YoungBoy like he couldn't be stopped. That's when YoungBoy finally decided to clap back for real.
For real though, I don't see why this was surprising or new to y'all. Everybody jumping ship because this how the industry is. Nobody in the industry is gonna stick around you when you at your lowest. They can't get clout, notoriety, money, fame, features, videos, something that they could benefit from off you, they're gonna jump ship. I don't see why it's surprising that everybody is on YB in the industry. That's how it go. They only gonna with you when it's beneficial to them. None of these ain't grow up with dirt. None of these ain't friends or real homies with dirt for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? Or they would never change, or they would never jump ship. Cause where we from, if you with me, my ops is your ops, your ops is mine. Some people don't look at it like that. Some people look at it like I with both parties, I ain't got nothing to do with it. And look, you not wrong for that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, shout out to the that still there, stayed down for Dirk, his real family and friends, you feel?
Right before stepping on the stage, he posted on his Instagram story calling out rappers who he said depend on him just to stay relevant.
Willis. We have Floyd County Commissioner, Mr. Mark Harrington. And we have Floyd County Probate Judge, Judge Kenya Johnson. They got
Damn, there's a judge up there? Yo, the judge in the city sending all the rappers in the city to jail, but the out-of-town rapper that came here, that basically, hey, you know what type of time I be on. You over here giving him an award? Oh, nah, Atlanta's in shambles. If y'all are a rapper who ever got prosecuted by this, or not prosecuted, but like got sent to jail by this judge, and basically you watching an out-of-town rap getting an award for doing 10 times worse than what you do, you gotta feel sick. You gotta feel sick.
He even said washed up rappers needed his name just to get attention, and people felt like he was aiming right at NLE Choppa. It sounded like he wanted everyone to know he believed certain artists only talk about him when they need a spark. That's when the real reason behind NLE's diss started getting clearer. Choppa made it obvious he was picking sides in the situation between YoungBoy and Dirk once again. His name had already been pulled into that drama earlier when Lil Zay made comments online about fake rappers, and fans started accusing Choppa of switching sides. One post said, Lil Zay Ozama speaks on why it's no surprise the industry is switching up on Dirk for NBA YoungBoy. Folks thought Choppa had walked away from Dirk and gone back to YoungBoy.
So I'm in the dressing room, and we just talking about a bunch of, he's also telling me, and I will never say who. He's telling me all the rappers who was now hitting him up, and he kind of asked me, he's like, Act, so what you think, man? Because I think he's thinking like, yo, should he forgive some of these, like, but all these rappers on it, you know what I mean? Like, they're all like, yo, young boy, we love you, right? And I gave him the best advice, I think. I said, you know, I didn't want to impart my thoughts on it because I don't know fully what he's been through and what he's thought. Because, you know, he was down where nobody would upon him. So I said, whatever your heart feels about any of these or kind of doubling back or not want to do whatever, go with that.
But then he dropped his new record, KO, making it loud and clear that he rocked with Dirk, not YoungBoy. Then things went left in a whole new way when a bunch of OTF mutuals began tweeting that if you agreed with YoungBoy, then stay over there and don't come back. That brought serious pressure to the situation and made the split in the rap world even deeper. But the reactions weren't just from rappers. There was one group responding that nobody ever expected. Reports came out saying academics claimed Atlanta was in shambles after YoungBoy received the key to the city. That moment had people thinking the streets were switching teams for real. Some even said this might be the beginning of the fall of 4PF, YSL, and OTF because YoungBoy was getting love from all directions. It got so wild that fans started joking that even the police were rocking with NBA YoungBoy now. The energy around him felt untouchable, like the whole city had changed sides, and it made his situation with Choppa even more intense. Academics even broke it down further, saying rappers everywhere suddenly wanted to get on good terms with YoungBoy again because he has major influence across every group of fans. It's like everyone knows he has real weight in the culture, so nobody wants to get stuck on the opposite side. But while that was happening, NLE Choppa's fans started digging through NBA YoungBoy. At that point, everybody was watching closely, trying to figure out who was claiming which side, his legal situations, and things took a strange turn. They started pushing old information back online like they were trying to bring his name down. They came across a headline saying Famous Richard says NBA YoungBoy is working with the feds, tied to an Instagram post where someone claimed YoungBoy's telling. That's his third time getting released from the feds within 4 years on all new charges. The post continued with, on King David, you can't do 10 months of a 23-month sentence. My first offer was 5 years for a firearm that the police put on me, but YoungBoy is definitely police. He's probably even the reason Smirk got locked up. People online spread that around fast, trying to paint YoungBoy as someone who always walks free while others get real time. Then fans pulled up a clip that showed NBA YoungBoy walking around inside prison looking calm and relaxed, which made the rumors grow even louder. None of it was confirmed, but it still poured gasoline on the situation, making it look like NLE's supporters were aiming at YoungBoy's biggest weak spot, his public image. Attached to that clip was a tweet saying, honestly, I kinda believe it. The timing, the energy, the way things are playing out, but it's all looking a little too convenient. The post hinted that in this industry, it's not surprising if someone plays both sides. People were talking like you never really know who's working with who behind the scenes, so you gotta stay alert at all times. Even when YoungBoy got sentenced, people said the whole thing felt unusual. When he appeared in court, a super hyped fan somehow hacked into the court's Zoom call and started screaming, "Free YoungBoy," right in the middle of the official session. Security had to move fast just to shut it down because nobody saw that coming. When YoungBoy finally walked inside the courtroom, cameras caught him smiling and laughing after hearing that support, like the situation wasn't serious at all. That calm energy made people whisper even more, wondering if there might be truth behind what Famous Richard suggested about YoungBoy possibly having some kind of connection with law enforcement. The vibe was strange. There was a tweet attached to the clip saying, honestly, I kinda believe it. The timing, the energy, the way things are playing out, it's all looking a little too convenient. The post hinted that in this industry, it's not surprising if someone tries to play both sides. People were talking like you never really know who's connected behind the scenes, so you gotta stay sharp at all times. And the craziest part, the whole thing repeated when the clip resurfaced again. People pointed out how when YoungBoy showed up in court, that fan once again hacked into the Zoom call, screaming "Free YoungBoy." Security had to chase down the interruption twice, which only made things more confusing for the viewers watching from the outside. When YoungBoy entered the courtroom, he once again seemed relaxed, laughing and smiling like everything was under control. That chilled attitude made some people say the situation felt way too casual considering the seriousness of the case. Their whispers kept growing louder. The whole thing just made the situation between him and NLE Choppa even more confusing. It left everybody asking who's standing where and what's really going on behind those closed doors. This story keeps twisting, and the details get crazier every time someone looks deeper. If you got thoughts on this messy situation, drop a comment and tell everyone whose side you're rocking with. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, and turn on those notifications so you never miss the next update. This saga is getting louder every day. See you on the next one.